What is up, guys? Furiated here from Conquer Gaming, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down the 6 maps that were announced for the remastered edition of Halo 2 in the Master Chief Collection. Now, a couple of days ago I released a vlog talking about wanting to do this video, and here I am bringing it straight to you guys. Now, what you're watching right now is the Halo 3 kind of remastered, not remastered, definitely not remastered, but kind of touched up campaign. All the campaigns are touched up a little bit. They added new lighting, of course, 1080p, 60 FPS, so things are going to look different, things are going to look better. But jumping straight into this video, so we have 6 maps here. We're going to be taking a look at Coagulation, Zanzibar, Lockdown, Sanctuary, Warlord, and Ascension. Wait, no. Ascension. Yeah, there we go. Now, you're going to see different levels of detail, different levels of the information that I provide to you on these maps, and that's based off of what information that 343 has released about these maps. So the first map that I'm going to be really breaking down in detail is Coagulation. Now, back in either June or July at RTX, when 343 was showing off their awesome new game, they announced that Coagulation was going to be one of the 6 maps that was brought back, of course along with Ascension at the time, which they were showing off. Now, since June or July at RTX, they haven't really thrown us a bone at the details, how the map looks, any gameplay. They haven't really even mentioned it that much. They've released some cinematography for the map. There's some images floating around the internet of, you know, the map actually on the loading screen, along with Warlock and Shrine, which is Sanctuary. I don't know why I didn't change the name in the image earlier, but that's not the point. They haven't really released any information on the map, which is kind of weird, but I like the fact that they're bringing back Coagulation. It really reminds me of my casual experience in Halo 2, and once again, I think it will, you know, appease the casual community, and overall, I think it is a cool map to have in Halo 2. So moving on to the second map that we're going to be talking about is Zanzibar. Now, everybody knows, well, everybody watching this video knows that they're bringing back Zanzibar, but they're also introducing more. Now, they're throwing in a brand new vehicle called the Gun Goose. This is basically a mongoose with a turret thrown on the front. Now, if we zoom up to the lower left corner, we can see that the M67 Law is an optional attachment, which leaves me to believe that there will be some pretty cool customization options available. The Gun Goose is definitely a cool addition to the Master Chief Collection, but it just does not hype me up as much as Zanzibar does. Back in Halo 2, I loved playing it casually, and it goes down as one of my all-time favorite casual maps in Halo. It's going to be super exciting to find out the new things they've done in the map, as well as relive some of the old moments that we used to have on the map, but either way, I can't wait to play Zanzibar. Moving on to the third announced map, we're going to take a look at Lockdown. Now, Lockdown is 343's remade and remastered version of Lockout from Halo 2. Back in Halo 2, Lockout was the map for 1v1s, Oddball, King of the Hill, you name it. People loved Lockout. I really like the fact that they're bringing Lockout back. I think it would be a mistake if they didn't, because Lockout is one of the maps that made Halo 2 Halo 2. Now, of course, they're not just remastering it, they're also adding things of their own. Above S3 and BR3, you're going to see a dynamic element. Now, this element is an iceberg or an icicle or an avalanche, whatever you want to call it. Basically, you can shoot this avalanche and it's going to send down tons of snow and ice, and it will kill anybody on S3 or on BR3. This adds a strategic advantage to the map, of course, but I'm not really sure what I think about it. I love the fact that in Halo 2 you had to work your ass off to break a good strategy, and you didn't have to shoot an iceberg. Oh yeah, and you know that glass on top mid that is literally invincible? In the Master Chief Collection, you can break it. I'm not sure what I think about that. It's definitely going to be different, but I am so stoked to play it. One more thing before I leave the topic of Lockdown. I think it looked awesome at PAX Prime. I think it looked competitive, fun, fast-paced, slow-paced. It looked awesome, so thumbs up to 343 for that map. Now, the fourth map that we're going to be talking about is Sanctuary. Now, guys, you have no idea how bad I want to play this map again. Back in Halo 2, Sanctuary was my all-time favorite map. I loved it for Slayer, Flag, Assault, and I just thought overall it was such a good map. I cannot wait to play it again. Now, what's awesome is at PAX Prime, Sanctuary was a big map that was played there. I think Sanctuary looked awesome. They played CTF on it, which I'm so pumped about us getting back Capture the Flag to where you can actually drop it, pick it up, juggle the flag, and not have that stupid magnum in your hand like in Halo 4. I also saw it being played in Slayer, and I thought it looked amazing. Now, of course, 343 gave it their own little spice and added 2 dynamic elements. Now, these are basically activators on the top of each base, and when you get enough shots into them, it pretty much sends down a screen of water surrounding each base. Now, not really sure what I think about these elements, but I definitely think they are tactical, and they're going to spice up the map a little bit. We all know back in Halo Reach, the forged version of Sanctuary was a pretty big map in the game, but I don't think that Forge can capture all the amazing elements that Sanctuary really had in Halo 2. I definitely think it is so cool that 343 actually remastered the map, and I think it is going to be awesome. The fifth map that we're going to be covering is Warlord. Now, Warlord is, of course, the remastered and remade version of Warlock in Halo 2. And once again, I think it is awesome that they're bringing this map back. Huge competitive map in Halo 2. Casual players loved it in Halo 2. Super teamwork based. But one thing that intrigues me about all these maps that are being brought back is they're all going to have custom dynamic elements. So we think we know what map we're going to be playing in a month as far as Warlord goes, but it could be completely different with dynamic elements that change the map in a good way or in a bad way. Now, unfortunately, no information has been released about Warlord other than the fact that it is confirmed for the game. There are a couple of images floating around the internet of the game actually on a loading screen, which is cool, but I would really like to see some gameplay of it, just like we've seen on Lockout, Zanzibar, Ascension. Anyways, sorry for not going in detail about Warlord. It's just we really have no information at this point, so that's all we can talk about. Moving on to our last map, we're going to go over Ascension. Now, initially, this was the first map to be shown off to the public, so we think it's kind of funny that we're doing it last. Ascension in Halo 2 was a pretty important map, I guess you should say. I never played it competitively. I played things like zombies on it casually. It was a fun map, definitely not my favorite, but it's definitely one of those landmark maps of Halo 2. You see Ascension, definitely reminds you of Halo 2. When you think about Halo 2, you think about Ascension, so it makes sense why they brought it back. But personally, I would have loved to see a map like Beaver Creek. But that's okay because we got Ascension. Now, there is tons of gameplay online for Ascension. You can pretty much go Google Ascension Master Chief Collection and you'll find 10 different videos. Tons of cool stuff about this map. The dynamic element is you activate like a pedestal inside either the big base or the small base, and it creates a big bubble shield in the middle of the map. I don't like that at all. Once again, I believe in having to overpower your opponent with strategy instead of once again flipping a switch and having sort of an advantage or an easier target. Now, I know it might sound like I'm sitting here hating on the map. I like the map. I like the fact that they brought it back. It's just look at all the other maps in Halo 2. You obviously want the 6 best to be selected, but all the maps that were selected are awesome, and I cannot wait for Ascension. So now that we have these 6 maps out of the way, I'm just going to throw up some pictures of the cool new loading screens and menus and custom games lobbies, things like that. And I'm going to talk about my overall opinion of the maps that are brought back while you guys are looking at these images. I think that they chose 6 good maps. We have Ascension, Sanctuary, Lockout, and Warlock. Guys, 4 competitive maps. Ascension, iffy, but a competitive maps. 4 competitive maps for the competitive community, okay? 2 casual maps, Zanzibar and Coagulation. Now, obviously, it sounds like they overdid the competitive side compared to the casual side, but guys, competitive maps can be played casually. I loved playing Warlock in Halo 2 casually. So I think that they chose 6 really good maps for Halo 2. I think the game looks really good so far. And looking at the bigger picture, I'm so pumped for Halo 5. Guys, this game, Halo 2 Anniversary, won't even be played for a year and a half, okay? It is insane how much work, how much dedication, and how much effort is going into this game that isn't going to be out for that long. So I'm so pumped for this game. I'm so pumped for Halo 5, and guys, the future is bright. Anyways, I think that is about going to do it for this episode, guys. Once again, this is Furiated with Conquer Gaming. Conquer the competition, guys, and I will see you later.